pissed off today, and lately everyone feels fake. Somewhere I lost a piece of me, smoking cigarettes.
Hey guys, it's Hailey. What's up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I have an eyeshadow video for you guys. Today I'm going to be doing like a pink smoky eye. I recently got a couple new eyeshadow palettes, and so I wanted to do a look with them and post on my video. I have a swatches video on this. This is the Morphe 35B, not 35O. This is the Morphe 35B, and I have a swatches video on this on my channel. You should check that out after this video. So yeah, let's just jump right into this. So I zoomed you guys closer to my face so that you can see what I'm doing. The base of my makeup is already done. I already have like everything else done, my contour, my eyebrows. So yeah, let's just jump right into this eyeshadow. Today I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eyes palette and the Morphe 35B palette. This is like takes up the whole frame. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and take the Shade and Light palette, and I already primed my eyes, so I'm just going to go ahead and set that primer with this white shade. Basically this palette is split up into like 3 quads. We have the warm quad, the cool tone quad, and then the neutral quad. So I'm going to use the I will have the name on the screen right here because all of these names are in Latin, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce them because that will be a disaster. So the name will be on the screen right here, and then this is just like the neutral white shade. And I wanted to kind of do like a talking one because I've done a lot of voiceover makeup on my channel, but I haven't done a ton of like sitting down and actually talking, and that's what I was feeling. If you guys want to see, there's a lot of like chit chat get readies with me on YouTube, so if you guys want to see me do one of those, then give this video a thumbs up because yeah, I'd totally be down to do one of those. Now that I have my base set, I'm just going to go ahead and take a transition shade. I'm going to use this in the cool tone. I'm going to use this as my transition shade. It's in the little cool tone quad section. And if you see me looking at the viewfinder, I'm trying to like point at the right place. And then I'm taking my Sonia Casket brush in the shade number 8 to pat that onto my eye. And then I am taking my Morphe Y16 in the Gilded collection, and I'm just blending that all throughout my crease.
But you gotta be there for me too.
Now that I have that shade blended out, I'm just going to go ahead and go into the neutral quad, and I'm going to use this shade just kind of as another just shade to kind of transition before I start adding the pinks. Picking that up with the same Sonia Casket brush.
Last year took a toll on me.
Blending that out with the same Morphe brush. And I'm just kind of going to do the same thing as I did with the transition shade and blend this all throughout my crease, but kind of keeping it slightly more concentrated on the outer half of my crease. And I'm also kind of going to blend it up in like a wing formation so that it kind of starts to like wing out a little bit.
But I made it with you next to me, around the world and back again.
Now that I have these 2 shades blended out, I'm going to go ahead and start in with the 35B. This is the first shade that I'm going to use, just kind of to set all the pinks on top of. It's kind of like a magenta shade with kind of like a purpley tint to it. And obviously these shades do not have names, which I wish they did because it's always really convenient whenever shades have names. But I'm just going to go ahead and pick a little bit of that up on my Sonia Casket brush and just kind of put that close to my lower lash line on the outer half of my lid. Just kind of pat this out. I'm kind of patting out a little bit of like a wing shape.
I hope you're waiting at the end.
I I am taking the same Morphe brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and start blending that out, kind of creating the wing shape, but just making it nice and blended and going in and blending out the little harsh line that's in the center of my lid, kind of where I started putting the pink and where the pink isn't. And yeah, I'm just going to keep this on kind of the outer half of my eyelid, and then just taking my brush with any little excess and kind of dragging it up to the front.
But I can't do this alone. Sometimes I just need a light. If I call you on the phone, need you on the...
These eyeshadows, they are extremely pigmented, but you do have to spend a little bit of extra time blending them, because it does take a little bit for them to move around and get blended out really nice and look smoky. This is the next color that I'm going to be taking. This is such a pigmented shade. It's actually kind of crazy. It's probably the most pigmented shade in the eyeshadow palette, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Look how freaking pigmented it is. Like, that's after like I touched it once. It is so pigmented. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of put this really close to the outer lash line, just kind of barely touching that. And then going back in with the same brush to blend it. And kind of blending it, winging it out once again.
The other side, so when your tears go down.
And I'm really just keeping this on the outer half of my lid. This is just kind of going to intensify the pink. I am taking this last kind of magenta wine color just to kind of deepen it up once again and add another like dimension of pink. And I'm going back over and making kind of the same wing shape. Now you can kind of see that looks slightly crazy because it's just like a line of pink, but once we get everything blended out, it'll look awesome.
But they only hear you whisper, I'll be loud for you, I'll be loud for you. I got you, I promise, but let me be honest, love is a...
I'm just kind of taking my brush and blending the inside of the little wing shape and kind of blending that with the other pinks that I already have down and with the browns.
Road that goes both ways.
Just kind of keeping it right here, not really going to the inner corner, just keeping everything very like small little blending strokes. I'm just going underneath the little winged out eyeshadow and blending that. And I'm just taking my brush and kind of pulling everything up and just blending it out. Okay, now that I have all those pinks laid down and completely blended out, I'm going to go back into my Kat Von D eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to go into the Warm Quad and use this color. This is such a pretty color. It is almost like one of the shades from the peach, the Georgia's or the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced, and I will have the shade name that it's like right here, and then I'll have the actual shade name like under that. And yeah, but this is probably my favorite shade in the Kat Von D palette because I absolutely love this, and it kind of has like that reddy undertone, which I absolutely love. I always add E's to the end of everything, and then it makes it sound weird. I don't know why I do that though. I'm just kind of cleaning off my brush a little bit before I pick that up. I'm taking that and I'm just putting that right over the pink and just kind of creating that same wing shape that I've been doing with everything else. Just kind of putting that right over on top of the pink. And now I'm just going to go ahead and blend that all out again, kind of once again keeping that on the outer half. And this is just kind of going to help to tone down the pink a little bit and make it a little bit more browny, but still keep that like pink undertone, because if you put too much pink on your eyes, you don't want to look like you have pink eye.
But you gotta be there for me too.
I'm just going to go ahead and kind of take my brush and just kind of sweep that under my lower lash line, kind of blending the lower lash line and the top together so that I can kind of go ahead and lay the land for what I'm going to do to my lower lash line later. Now that all of that is completely blended out, I'm going to go ahead and go back into my Morphe palette. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up this purple shade. This is just kind of going to be put into my crease, and I'm just really going to work it into my crease and create a little bit of more of shadowing.
Boy, I'm holding on to something.
I I'm taking my Morphe Y19 just so I can really focus it into that crease. And I'm just kind of blending this all from like the back of my crease all the way forward. This is just really going to add some nice depth.
Of you for nothing. I'm running just to keep my...
Kind of taking this brush that is clean and blending everything out again. And just kind of making sure everything kind of smokes together.
Hands on you. There was a time that I was so...
Now I'm just going to go ahead and work on my lower lash line a little bit. I'm going to dip back into the Kat Von D eyeshadow palette and back into this kind of red toned brown. And I'm just going in with my Morphe Y19, blending this right out on my lower lash line.
What I got to do to show you. I'm running just to keep my hands on.
I'm kind of like blending and connecting my lower lash line with the rest of my eyeshadow.
Running just to keep my hands on you. Said I'm running just to keep my...
I'm taking my Y16 and just kind of blending everything out, connecting my lower lash line with the rest of my eyeshadow, and just kind of really making sure everything is nice and smoky. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and dip into the Cool Tone Quad into the white and highlight my brow bone and my inner corner. This is an extremely pigmented white. There's also a white in the 35B, but this one is just so pigmented. And I'm just tapping that out a little bit with my finger. I'm just taking this shimmery pink color and with my wet brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone in my inner corner. And I wet my brush just with some water so that it would be more pigmented. And if you've never tried this before, you totally should, because it definitely works.
But you gotta be there for me too.
Just because that's not like a blinding enough highlight for me on my inner corner and brow bone, I'm just going to go ahead and take this little Urban Decay eyeshadow. This is in the shade Midnight Cowboy, and this, whenever you wet it, oh my gosh, this becomes such a blinding highlight, and I love using this for my brow bone and my inner corner. So I'm just going to put that kind of right in the center and on top of where I put the other highlighting shade, just to really intensify that highlight. I'm going to be taking my CoverGirl So Lashy mascara that I am absolutely obsessed with. This has probably been added to the list of my favorite mascaras. And I'm just going to go ahead and comb my lashes.
I woke up pissed off today.
So my camera is about to die, so I'm going to go ahead and try and finish this. I'm just going to go ahead and do my lips. I'm starting with this Infallible Pro Gloss, and this is in the shade 316 Statement Nude, and I absolutely love this.
Really everyone feels fake. Somewhere I lost a piece of me. Smoking cigarettes on balconies.
And this actually tastes really good. Not like I'm eating it, but it's like a pleasant taste. I'm taking my peach lip oil, and I'm just going to go ahead and dab a little bit of that in the center of my lips, just to kind of add some more dimension.
But I can't do this alone. Sometimes I just need a...
And here lately I have been loving layering lip products, and then I'm just going to go ahead and like massage my lips together to blend it together.
Feel like a river, I'll be there for you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe down below because I do post new videos every weekend. Also check out my vlog channel because chances are by the time you're watching this I'll be in Europe, and so lots of exciting vlogs will be going up. So yeah, bye guys. Iced caramel macchiatos. I've been making my own and they're so good. Do I need to move my camera up? It is hot because it is summer and I have my window open for lighting. I have my light on even though it's not working, but it's still producing heat. And yeah, and I don't want to turn up my fan too high because I don't want you to hear that. So yeah. And just because that's not enough of like a blinding highlight in my brow bone in my inner corner, I'm going to take this Urban Decay. Okay, my camera's about to die.